This is the story of a small bird who had every reason to give up, but instead she found the secret to ending her suffering, and it wasn't what you'd expect. She lived all alone in a vast, dry desert. The sun was cruel, and the wind carried nothing but heat and dust. Her tiny body was weak. She had lost most of her feathers and could no longer fly. Hunger and thirst followed her every day. She had no family, no shelter, and not even a tree to rest under. Every night she looked at the stars and asked, "Why is my life like this? What have I done to deserve this pain?" While lying on the hot sand, too tired to even cry, she saw a beautiful white dove flying above her. With the last bit of strength in her voice, she called out, "Brother, please stop." The dove gently came down and asked, "Sister, why are you so sad?" Tears filled her eyes. "Where are you going?" she asked softly. The dove replied, "I'm on my way to heaven." A tiny spark of hope appeared in her heart. "Please, when you reach heaven, ask God something for me," she said. "Ask him when my pain will end. Ask him when my life will get better." The dove nodded kindly and promised her that he would ask. When the dove reached heaven, he met an angel at the gates. He told the angel about the poor suffering bird in the desert and asked when her misery would end. The angel opened the book of fate and said, "God has written 10 more years of sorrow for her. She will not find happiness until then." The dove's heart sank. "If I tell her this, she'll lose all hope," he said. "Is there anything she can do to change this?" The angel thought for a moment and then replied, "Yes, tell her to say one sentence in every situation, no matter how hard it is. Thank you, God, for everything." That is her real test. The dove returned to the desert and gave the message to the little bird. At first, she didn't understand. "How can I thank God when my life is filled with nothing but pain?" she whispered. But something inside her said, "Try." So she did that night. When she lay on the cold sand with an empty stomach, she whispered, "Thank you, God, for everything." The next day, when her legs trembled from weakness and she couldn't find even a drop of water, she still said, "Thank you, God, for everything." When the hot wind burned her skin and no one came to help, she repeated the same words, "Thank you, God, for everything." Days passed like this. Slowly, something started to change. Her feathers began to grow again, not weak like before, but strong and shiny. One morning, dark clouds filled the sky. A cool breeze touched her face. Then, for the first time in years, it began to rain. The desert drank the water with joy. Green leaves started growing. A small pond appeared near her. She drank water until she was full. She rested under a fresh green tree, and for the first time in her life, she smiled without pain. Each day she grew stronger. Her wings were healed. She started flying again, higher and freer than ever before. 10 days later, the same dove flew past again. He couldn't believe what he saw. The once dying bird was flying happily in a green, blooming desert. The sky above her was blue. The land below her was alive. He rushed back to heaven and asked the angel, "You said she would suffer for 10 years, but her life changed in just 10 days. How is this possible?" The angel smiled and replied, "Yes, her fate was written with sorrow. But when someone says thank you, God, for everything with full honesty, even in pain, they begin to erase their past karma." Her test was gratitude, and she passed it. Gratitude has the power to change even the strongest destiny. So, what can we learn from this little bird? We all suffer. We all go through pain, struggle, and darkness. But instead of asking, "Why me?" try saying, "Thank you, God, for everything." This one sentence can bring peace to your heart. It can calm your mind. It can even change your life. Gratitude doesn't mean you're happy with the pain. It means you trust that something good will come from it. Complaining makes life heavier, but gratitude, it makes life lighter. From today, no matter what situation you're in, say it with your heart. Thank you, God, for everything. Sometimes, this one small change can transform your entire life.